Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Narayan Rao Kovur. In this video, I am going to explain key terminology of marginal utility analysis or key terms of marginal utility analysis or Marshallian utility analysis or cardinal utility analysis. The key terms are one is total utility, another one is marginal utility. So now let us examine first. Marginal utility theory was propounded by Alfred Marshall. Cardinal utility analysis or marginal utility analysis or Marshallian utility analysis propounded by Alfred Marshall. He explains how a consumer chooses to spend his income in different goods and services to maximize his utility. In this theory, he explains how he gets maximum satisfaction with his limited income in order to get maximum utility. That is explained by Alfred Marshall in the theory marginal utility analysis. So he explains how a consumer chooses to spend his income in different goods and services to maximize his utility. Next, concepts of utility. Two important concepts of utility. One is total utility. Total utility. It is so treated as TU. TU. Total utility is the sum total of utilities derived from the consumption of all the units of a commodity consumed by a consumer at a given time. This is called total utility. Once again, total utility is the sum total of utilities derived from the consumption of all the units of a commodity consumed by a consumer at a given time. This is known as total utility. Next, total utility is the sum of marginal utilities. Sum of marginal utilities derived from the consumption of n number of units. It is also called total utility. Next, so total utility can be expressed in equation Tu is equal to F of Qn. Total utility mainly depends upon number of units. So Tu is equal to F of Qn. Second one is Tu is equal to Mu1 plus Mu2 plus and so on plus Mun. That means total utility is the sum of marginal utilities. Next, total utility is equal to sigma marginal utility. So this symbol sigma means total. Right, this is the first concept, total utility. Next, second one is marginal utility. Marginal utility means additional utility. Marginal means additional. So marginal utility is the additional utility derived from the consumption of an additional unit of a commodity. అదనంగా ఒక కమోడిటీని ఉపయోగించినప్పుడు దాని ద్వారా వచ్చేటువంటి యుటిలిటీని అడిషనల్ యుటిలిటీ అంటారు. MU is the additional utility derived from the consumption of an additional unit of a commodity. In other words, addition made to the total utility by the additional consumption of one more unit of a commodity. That is known as marginal utility. So in other words, it is the change in the total utility by consuming one additional unit of a commodity. It is also called marginal utility. So MUN is equal to TUN minus TUN minus 1. This is the one formula to calculate marginal utility. Next, so second, Mu is the rate of change in total utility. Mu is the rate of change in total utility. That means changes in the total utility. So mu is the slope of total utility. Mu is the slope of total utility. Therefore, mu is equal to delta Tu by delta Q. Mu is equal to delta Tu by delta Q. This is the second formula to calculate marginal utility. So, mun is equal to tun minus tun minus ఉన్నప్పుడు క్వాంటిటీ కంటిన్యూగా ఉండాలి, నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూనిట్స్ కంటిన్యూగా ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు mun is equal to tun minus 1 అప్లై చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ mu is equal to delta tu by delta q. క్వాంటిటీ అనేది డిస్కంటిన్యూస్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు, సో కంటిన్యూగా కాకుండా డిఫరెంట్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు దెన్ మార్జినల్ యూటిలిటీ ఈజ్, సో ఈ ఫార్ములా అప్లై చేస్తాం. mu is equal to delta tu by delta q. నెక్స్ట్ బేసిక్ అజంప్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ మార్జినల్ యూటిలిటీస్. బేసిక్ అజంప్షన్స్ ఆఫ్ marginal utilities. The marginal utility analysis mainly depends upon some of the assumptions. The assumptions are: one is consumer is a rational consumer. A rational consumer is a consumer who always seeks maximum satisfaction with his limited income. He is called rational consumer. Second one, cardinal measurability of utility. Utility can be measurable and utility can be quantifiable entity. Third one is units of commodity should be homogeneous. Units అనేవి ఐడెంటికల్గా ఉండాలి. So units of commodity should be divisible. Divisible commodity. Next, the commodity should be divisible. Next, third one is units of commodity should be standard in size. Standard in size, that means neither too big nor too small. That means standard in size. Therefore, units of a commodity should be homogeneous, divisible and standard size. Next one is fourth one, continuity in consumption. So continuity in the consumption of one unit of commodity to the another unit of commodity. That means there is no any time lag between consumption of one unit to the consumption of another unit. No time gap. Next, hypothesis of independent utility. Hypothesis of independent utility. The utility of a commodity depends upon the quantity of that commodity only. The utility of a commodity depends upon the quantity of that commodity only. That means the shape of the utility curve may be affected in the presence and absence of substitutes and complementaries. And assume hypothesis of independent utility. ప్రయోజనాలు స్వతంత్రాలు. Next, sixth one, marginal utility of money constant. Marginal utility of money constant. Every extra rupee gives same satisfaction. That means marginal utility of money so remains constant. Next, habits, taste and income of the consumer remains constant. Habits of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer and the income of the consumer remains constant. So then only the law is applicable. The law holds good. Marginal utility analysis holds good. So this is something, the information regarding the basic assumptions of marginal utility analysis. The basic assumptions of marginal utility analysis. So thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe and comment.